There's something quietly powerful about wall art made of wood. It has this ability to draw your attention and ground the energy of a room without screaming for it. Wooden wall hangings speak with warmth. They bring texture, personality, and soul to a space that other materials just can't quite replicate. When you walk into a room and your eyes fall on a beautifully carved or crafted piece of wooden wall art, it doesn't just register as decoration, it connects with you. You feel it. And that's what makes this kind of art so timeless. Wall-hanging wooden art is far more than just a rustic trend or a nod to natural aesthetics. It's a deeply rooted form of self-expression, often merging functionality with visual storytelling. Whether it's an intricate carving, a geometric abstract design, a layered landscape, or a symbolic relief piece, it has this raw yet refined presence that feels like an echo of the outdoors right on your wall. In today's world, where people crave authenticity and uniqueness, wooden wall art has surged forward as one of the most sought-after ways to personalize a living space. It's not mass-produced prints or digital replications. It's natural, imperfect, and handcrafted, full of character. The knots, the grains, the little inconsistencies in color, all of it is part of the charm. It makes every piece feel like a one-of-a-kind treasure, something with history, something alive. One of the reasons wooden wall art resonates so deeply is its versatility. Whether your interior style is modern, bohemian, Scandinavian, industrial, rustic, or even minimalist, there's a type of wooden wall art that will naturally complement it. Clean-lined wooden slats, abstract patterns, or minimalist silhouettes fit beautifully in contemporary spaces. Meanwhile, hand-carved floral panels, tribal motifs, or nature-inspired designs seamlessly blend with earthy, eclectic homes. But beyond style, wooden wall art also brings dimension. It's not just flat. It interacts with the room in a tactile way. Light and shadow play off the raised surfaces. The textures catch the eye. And unlike canvas or glass, wood has this built-in organic complexity. A simple carved leaf pattern on a walnut panel might seem minimal at first glance, but the way the light slides across it throughout the day makes it feel constantly in motion, constantly alive. Artists today are truly reimagining what wooden wall art can be. You'll see bold three-dimensional pieces that stand off the wall, layered in depth and direction, creating visual rhythms that feel like they're flowing across the space. Some pieces incorporate colored stains or natural finishes, while others remain raw and untreated, allowing the pure personality of the wood to shine through. There's also a fascinating movement toward reclaimed wood art, taking old barn wood furniture remnants, or discarded construction timber and transforming them into beautiful wall pieces. The story of the wood lives on through the marks, nail holes, and weathered textures, giving each piece a kind of soul that's hard to describe but easy to feel. Hanging a piece of reclaimed wood art in your home isn't just an aesthetic choice, it's a conversation with the past. It's memory and sustainability and artistry all wrapped in one. Another captivating direction in wooden wall art is the fusion of wood with other materials. You might see wood panels combined with resin, metal, leather, or rope to create mixed media installations that feel both rugged and refined. These combinations elevate the idea of wall decor from something you hang to something you experience. Art you live with rather than art you simply look at. And there's no limit to scale when it comes to wooden wall art. You can find tiny accent pieces for cozy corners, or massive installations that take over an entire wall, turning it into a canvas of grain and shadow. Imagine an entire wall covered with a wave of wood slices, each cut from a different species, polished to reveal the contrast in rings and tones. Or a set of minimalist panels arranged like puzzle pieces, casting abstract shapes across the surface. These aren't just decorations, they're statements. Wooden wall hangings can also carry deep symbolism. In many cultures, specific patterns or animal motifs carved into wood serve as blessings, protectors, or reminders of heritage. A hand-carved tree of life, for example, isn't just beautiful, it represents growth, strength, and connection. And when that's carved by hand from a real piece of wood, it takes on a spiritual depth that no machine could replicate. And in some of the most modern spaces, we're seeing wooden art that leans completely into abstraction, organic shapes inspired by landscapes, waves, or wind captured in wood. These designs often avoid symmetry, embracing natural curves, subtle imperfections, and negative space. They feel free, spontaneous, and alive. Hanging one of these pieces brings a certain poetic energy to a room. It makes the wall feel like it's breathing. One of the most satisfying aspects of wooden wall art is its ability to evolve with time. Wood changes. It darkens, it shifts, it gathers marks and patina. A wall piece you hang today will look different in 5 years, not because it's worn but because it's alive. It ages with grace. It absorbs your life and reflects it in quiet ways. That's something very few materials can offer. It makes the art feel like part of the home, part of your story. Another beautiful trend we see is personalized wooden art. Artists are creating custom name plaques, meaningful quotes, carved maps of hometowns, and even stylized family trees, all designed to be hung on the wall as daily reminders of identity, love, and memory. These pieces don't just decorate, they connect. They become part of the emotional landscape of a home. In children's rooms, wooden wall art is also becoming popular. From whimsical animal cutouts to alphabet boards, stars, moons, and forest-themed carvings, wood brings warmth and a gentle energy to young spaces. It feels safe, soft, and natural. And parents love the durability and sustainability of choosing wood over plastic or synthetic decor. In spiritual or meditative spaces, wooden wall hangings often play a quiet but powerful role. A carved mandala, a symbol of peace, or a calming pattern in warm wood tones can transform a small wall into a sanctuary. It becomes more than decor, it becomes a focal point for stillness and grounding. And let's not forget about the power of light. Wood, when paired with soft lighting, creates magic. Whether backlit or simply positioned to catch sunlight throughout the day, wooden wall art glows with a warmth that can't be faked. It becomes a living presence in the room. Something that changes with time and invites you to slow down, breathe, and enjoy the beauty of something real. In a world filled with mass production and disposable trends, wall-hanging wooden art offers something profoundly different. It's a return to authenticity. A reminder that beauty doesn't always need polish or perfection to leave an impression. It shows us that true artistry often begins with something raw and unassuming, a piece of wood, and transforms it into something that stirs emotion, memory, and meaning. Wooden wall art carries a kind of presence. It doesn't shout. It doesn't try to compete with the chaos of digital screens or synthetic materials. Instead, it draws you in quietly, offering a sense of grounding, of calm, of connection. The natural patterns in the grain, the texture beneath your fingers, the subtle imperfections, these are not flaws. They're features. They're stories etched into the surface by time, by nature, and by human hands. And that's the real power of wooden wall hangings. Each one is a collaboration between the natural world and human creativity. The tree that once stood tall, reaching toward the sun, now lives on in a new form, shaped, carved, assembled, and placed on a wall where it can continue to speak, to remind us where it came from, and perhaps to remind us where we come from too. Whether you're drawn to the boldness of geometric designs, the softness of flowing curves, the cultural echoes of traditional motifs, or the abstract freedom of modern shapes, wooden wall art speaks many languages. It can reflect your taste, your story, your heritage. It can be rustic or refined, minimalist or expressive. And it has the rare ability to adapt to its surroundings while still making a statement all its own. So if you've ever stood in a room and felt like something was missing, not just visually but emotionally, maybe what you needed wasn't another splash of color or a new piece of furniture. Maybe what was missing was soul. The quiet strength of natural wood. The warmth that only handcrafted work can bring. The story that unfolds in knots, grains, and hand-carved lines. Wooden wall art turns ordinary spaces into places of reflection and comfort. It creates a visual heartbeat for a room, something steady, grounding, and alive. And because it's not churned out by machines and perfect duplicates, it carries with it a sense of uniqueness, of identity, of care. When you choose to hang a piece of wooden art, you're not just decorating. You're honoring a process. You're recognizing the hours someone spent sketching, sanding, carving, finishing. You're bringing a piece of natural history into your home, and giving it new purpose, new context, new life. And maybe that's what makes it so meaningful. That it's not just made by hand, but it also speaks to the hands and hearts of those who live with it. It doesn't age out of style. It evolves, gains character, becomes part of the rhythm of your space, like a familiar melody you never grow tired of hearing. So the next time you walk into a room and feel that pull, that subtle sense that something could be more, you might not need to look far. It could be as simple as a wall waiting for warmth, for personality, for presence. And it could be as simple as a piece of wood, cut, shaped, and made with intention. A wooden wall hanging isn't just art. It's a bridge between the natural world and the one we build around us, between the artist and the viewer, between form and feeling. And maybe, just maybe, it's the piece that makes everything come together.